Good Wednesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. And this is the daily video forecast discussion for this Wednesday, a rather cool one to start out and cloudy too, on the 14th of May 2014. And I'm forecaster Robert Smith. Start things off with this morning's experimental fog depth estimate of the cloud layers for single cloud layers only, with the greens in here showing us the low clouds and stratus beginning to build in from off of the ocean. Parts of southeastern Pennsylvania shrouded in fog this morning, also the Delmarva region and the Chesapeake Bay area. Some of this fog will be working inland and then further toward the southwestern areas of New Jersey during the next several hours, and all of this will conspire to bring a cooler day with a lot more cloud cover than we had yesterday, which was an absolutely beautiful day. We had a cold front pass through, northeasterly winds, basically backdoor cold front, but high pressure still in control. Temperatures yesterday rebounded nicely to near seasonal levels just about everywhere. The only flight delays we have this morning are out of Philadelphia, where they're experiencing incoming delays due to low ceilings. The arriving flight's about 32 minutes and growing in delays upon arrival. There's no other advisories or delays actually at any of the local airports here. New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metro area outside of Philadelphia this morning. Yesterday's stalled out frontal boundary has produced a rainfall away from our immediate area. Some of these produced some showers and thunderstorms with over a half of an inch of rain in parts of Maryland and Virginia, and also parts of western New York State and western Pennsylvania, where our region remained precipitation free yesterday. New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia, New Jersey surface map. For this morning, we find the light northeasterly flow throughout the region. Temperatures either side of 50 degrees this morning, and quite a bit of fog across the region as well. And as of 6:45 this morning, temperatures are either side of 50 degrees across the entire New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metropolitan area. Google Earth real stream time analysis showing where the area of high pressure is locked in off of the coast of Maine. Another, our southeastern Bahama Bermuda ridge here off the southeastern Atlantic coast, and the onshore flow with a stationary boundary just to our south and west now, and a cold front all the way now getting into the Great Lakes region. And this is going to be providing a slow move in our direction, probably remaining mostly precipitation free but cooler today, with more clouds as stratus builds in from off the ocean and from the southeast during this morning. Morning visible satellite this morning shows the lower clouds getting into the Delmarva region, also lurking just right offshore, and also a smattering of clouds and showers and thunderstorms with some lightning here across southeastern New York State. We'll show you that on another visual image in just a moment. Here's the lifting ahead of the the cold front out to our west this morning. Not much moisture here in this area. Lots of low clouds and an onshore flow today. Some lifting across southeastern New York this morning, but it's minimal. And with the onshore flow continuing, most of the area will remain precipitation free this morning and throughout most of the day. On the radar, same kind of thing. High pressure over the northern mid-Atlantic region, onshore flow, fronts back in through here. We'll show you that in just a moment. And all the shower activity is circumnavigating this, moving into and over the top of this ridge and just ahead of the cool marine layer that's in place. So some showers and thunderstorms across southeastern New York with some lightning detection in them, and also some lightning detection, some hail and wind damage being reported in this area here in western Pennsylvania up towards the lakes. Watches, warnings, and advisories out on the ocean fronts here. We have a marine fog advisory until 8 a.m. this morning. The northern two-thirds of coastal New Jersey visibilities are under a mile in areas of fog, especially during tonight. The timing of the onset of poor visibility today is started with lower than average confidence, and the dense fog advisory does remain in effect until noon today to 8 a.m. Thursday morning. That's a correction there. Again, the marine fog advisory again in place from noon today to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And we also still see the same thing going on across all the coastal waters here in the back bays. It's the same thing as well, with fog advisories, marine fog advisories in place until tomorrow morning. Latest pollen forecast from pollen.com shows the medium high range today and tomorrow 8.5 to around 8, lowering in showers and thunderstorms on Friday and Saturday and back up again on Sunday. Main concentrations of predominant pollens are oak, birch, and maple, and this high concentration will continue, only being offset by rain and that will disperse some of the pollen during the day on Friday into early Saturday. But for the most part, we're just going to continue to suffer without taking medication. It's going to be very difficult out there. For the aviational weather deck, we have limited IFR, IFR, and MVFR across many of the terminals this morning. We're expecting ceilings generally at or above 1,000 feet with limited IFR conditions in the vicinity of Millville and Atlantic City here. Winds easterly at 7 to 14 knots. Small chance of very light drizzle in these areas on southward. For Philadelphia, visibility is coming down this morning slightly in areas of mist, and ceilings should come down further about another 100 feet between now and 8 a.m. to about 600 feet. And then after that, IFR ceilings and/or conditions in stratus and/or fog, with slowly improving to MVFR conditions later this morning or afternoon. East wind continuing 7 to 14 knots. Confidence regarding the improvement to MVFR ceilings is below average, especially in the vicinity of Atlantic City, where IFR or even limited IFR conditions may exist pretty much all day. For tonight, the high confidence for IFR conditions becoming lifted IFR in stratus and fog. Light east to southeast winds. Drizzle is possible. And Thursday, IFR to MVFR conditions in the morning with low ceilings and fog, improving back to VFR conditions tomorrow afternoon, except sub-VFR conditions, mainly late day in any showers and thunderstorms that pop. Friday, MVFR to IFR in periods of rain and isolated thunderstorms. Low-level wind shear may also be an issue. Saturday and Sunday, clearing is anticipated early Saturday with basically VFR conditions rather thereafter. Currently outside of Newark, New Jersey, we have 54 degrees, dew point 46, humidity 75%. The wind is very light and variable at 3 miles per hour. Visibility is at 10 miles. And basically, this is showing basically MVFR conditions here. And for Philadelphia this morning, we have visibility at 7 miles, the northeast wind at 9, 54 degrees, humidity 82%. Even though we're expecting heavy rain on Friday and Friday night, none of the 78 gauges here in the New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia metro area, including that out in Pennsylvania and upstate New York, will be approaching flood stage. Most of this will be contained to no flooding, and this flood forecast is going forward on the main stem rivers here until the 23rd. So that's good news, but we are going to receive quite a lot of rain on Friday, and we'll get into that in just a moment. That's going to cause street and highway flooding. Morning surface image from weatheroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows our cold front has now made it all the way down through the Virginias here, where the onshore flow continues with stratus in these locations here in the reds. And out, lift back northeast and wash out during tomorrow morning, and that means warmer air tomorrow than we have today, with a wind shift and temperatures responding back into the 80s, upper 70s to lower 80s again tomorrow. This cold front here is slowly moving east, and this is going to be the focal mechanism with an area of low pressure along it on Friday and Friday night to provide some moderate to heavy rainfall and embedded thunderstorms across the region. NamWRF composite reflectivity forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows the stratus building in, maybe some drizzle across the region today. Temperatures right along the immediate coast holding into the upper 50s, while they were getting back into the 60s, possibly even the lower 70s, the further west and south you go, excepting where the areas of dense fog are the greatest. The flow aloft and at the surface is very light and weak, and depending on how thick the cloud deck is from the ground to aloft will determine how much insulation gets in here, and that will determine if the temperatures peak into the 60s and 70s here. But right along the immediate coast with the onshore flow, it should remain basically in the upper 50s to lower 60s, and not much movement there. Same kind of thing for the nighttime hours. A little bit of lifting here in the atmosphere, not much though. Lots of clouds, low clouds, fog, stratus, and drizzle across the region. We increase the chances of rain tomorrow afternoon as the warm front moves through the region. Skies break. We could have some clearing definitely on Thursday morning and Thursday afternoon. This will allow the temperatures to soar back through the 70s and even lower 80s around Philadelphia and central and southern New Jersey, away from the water again, as the flow becomes more south to southwesterly. And then rain just comes in here. Onshore flow develops again on Thursday night and Friday with pockets of drizzle and fog, and then showers and embedded thunderstorms move across the region on Friday morning through Friday evening. and this front will be a slow mover, and as with waves of low pressure along the front parallel to it, slowing it up and blocking across the Atlantic here will allow the front to move very slowly. Moderate periods of pockets of moderate to heavy rain moving across the region. 1 to 2 inches is possible in these areas, and where any heavier showers or thunderstorms fall will make for much more difficult driving both in the morning and towards rush hour on Friday as well. Good news is that things begin to dry out over the weekend. Still quite a lot of blocking on last night's 8 to 10 day means here from the European, the GFS, and the CMC model. This takes us through Saturday the 24th, and we can see cutoff lows here off the west coast and off the northeast Atlantic, or the northwestern Atlantic actually. And as a result of that, orientation of where these lows or upper lows cut off will mean everything from warm days on the western side of this, with high pressure building in across the Great Lakes into the northeast in a convergent or confluent flow, versus blocked up patterns with at times when these vorticities or upper levels begin to situate themselves further south with a stalling cold front or stalling boundary like the one we're seeing now across our region, and that would mean bouts of precipitation, where on other days the flow would be more northwesterly with high pressure, drier air, and downsinking, and that would allow for temperatures to warm to above seasonal levels. So a lot of convolution in this pattern going forward still. GFS maps into motion now. High pressure moves further off the coast. Here's our deep low center cutting across into southeastern Canada. Another, along this cold front, another batch of low pressure developing on the front. This is going to spell the chances of rain. Warm front first comes through tomorrow morning, washes out. Temperatures get back into the 70s to low 80s. Instability increases across this region. With the heating of the day, shower and thunderstorm possible, scattered about, higher chances of any shower or thunderstorm activity later tomorrow afternoon, very little chance of any precipitation outside of drizzle today. And the cold front and upper low gets towards the Great Lakes region, swings the warm front, cold front through the region, and it's just an onshore flow of moisture here at 850 millibars. We're going to have plenty of rainfall. Where the heaviest rainfall lies could be over the Delaware River Valley and across northeastern Pennsylvania into northwestern New Jersey seems to be the heaviest at this time. There's still chances of heavy showers and thunderstorms still a bit across the region into very late on Friday night, early Saturday morning. And high pressure builds in across the region, dries us out Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday, and the flow begins the low pressure area begins to block itself up a little bit here in southeastern Canada. High pressure continues with warmer conditions and a zonal flow across the mid-Atlantic states, providing nice weather for the early part of next week. And then we go through it again, where everything gets blocked up here. Frontal boundary develops over the Mississippi Valley and the Midwest into the Mid-Atlantic coast states, and periods of precipitation chances increase once again for the middle, late, and ending part of next week. So again, it's going to be a couple of days of nice weather mixed in with a couple of days of unsettled weather. So that's it for today. We'll be back bright and early with you on Thursday morning. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a good Wednesday.